Hello everybody, it's Marcel here today. I wanted to speak a little bit about this drama that's occurring with YouTube as far as them basically fighting anyone that has even mildly controversial content, demonetizing them or making them where they're not viewable in safe mode. A whole number of things are being done to YouTubers to kind of constrict what we're allowed to do or whether or not we can earn any revenue. I personally have seen some oddities. There was a point, I think it was yesterday, where I was watching some of the views on some new content I put out, and all of a sudden it dropped to 0. Like there were no views for 45 minutes, almost an hour, and I'm used to getting, 50 to 75 views per hour in some of those videos. Dropped to 0 for a long time, and that big dent was still there later on, so I don't believe that it was a glitch. Oddities aside, you're not going to get any tinfoil hat conspiracies from me. As far as I'm concerned, this is just another struggle that people have to go through whenever they cover controversial topics of any sort. We're going to get opposition. As Sandman points out in his video, it is going to flush out a lot of people that don't really have their heart in it, that are only here for the money. And we'll get to sit back and watch to see who jumps ship. You know what they say, when a ship is sinking, the rats are the ones that jump out, and the captain's the one that fights the storm to the bitter end. Now, for those of you who are interested in some hard facts on exactly what's happening, there's a few content producers that I've listened to recently who have sorted it out fairly well for me, depending on the viewpoint that you want to take. Dave Cullen from Computing Forever has the stance on it that it's basically squeezing people and their right to free speech. It's a means of controlling us. And he's got some pretty valid points on it, and he even mentions MGTOW. So at first I was listening to him, and then I came over to Harmful Opinions, and I'll put all the links to these down below so you can hear them for yourselves. Now he points out that there's too much talk on money and funding, and that this shouldn't be a matter of financing your chosen side of a war on freedom of speech, and would actually be offended if someone were to give him money for that reason. Though I don't want to choose sides, I would lean towards Harmful Opinions' view on all of these things. He brings to light that this is being twisted as a means to ask viewers for money, and I don't like that. Money is dirty, and it affects how people make their content because you want to appease those who are on Patreon and support you, and I don't like that. It's the reason why I don't ask for money. But before I come across as if I were bashing the idea of any kind of crowdfunding, consider for a moment what you pay to rent a movie from Redbox, and what we pay for, our internet, our phones, our television for those of us who have it. When you think of all of that, $1 a month is nothing, at least compared to what we pay for other media. And that's enough to keep some of these content creators around as far as their YouTube channels are concerned. So in that sense, it's really not that big a deal. I can support my favorite creator for a year with less than I spend in a restaurant on a single meal. I believe that's the minimal, $1 a month. Moving on, then there's Sargon of Akkad, and I will put a link to his video as well. And he points out that this is just Google trying to survive the pressures that's being put on them by social justice warriors, feminists, corporations. I'll let him explain it to you. And that content creators like us and our viewpoints are just collateral damage. So a quick summary. You've got one side that says it's a legitimate conspiracy against free speech and funding may be a solution. Another side that says basically the talk of money is cancerous and we should focus on the free speech portion of it. Finally, one perspective that says it's mostly political and is Google acting in its own self-defense. At least that's how I interpreted it. I would say this whole situation is a bit complex for me to give a cut and dry answer, so if it's important to you, listen to the different videos and others that you can find and form your own opinion. Let us know down below what you think is accurate, what you think is actually happening. Now, though I have the utmost respect for anyone that wants to make YouTube a career, I would do this for free. They could demonetize every single one of my videos and I'm still going to be here. If a viewer wants to support their favorite creators, I still stand behind what I said in previous videos. Go support them. Go fund them, because it's going to keep them making videos as opposed to moving on with their lives and doing other things that they would have to do to survive. There's nothing wrong with that. Though if you are going to fund someone, don't do it because you feel that paying them more money is going to prevent the problems from happening through Google, it's not going to have any effect or very little effect on whether or not we have to put up with some kind of bullshit from them. Google and YouTube, that is. It's still going to happen. All your money's going to do is make better funded people whose videos you're not going to see. One thing that I really don't hear mentioned enough is that if a person truly wants to make a difference in this situation, the pressure should be put on Google. They should be writing letters and sending emails, possibly approaching these companies that are denying putting their ads in front of our content, because honestly, we buy cars too. There's no reason not to get the average random ad that would be put on any other channel. And possibly, even if someone were endowed enough to do so, buying stocks and voting. All of my time in retail and business, I learned one thing, is that they care most about their stockholders before anything else. That's who a lot of these corporations work for, although I do not claim to be any kind of an expert on Google or their main source of funding. I understand that it has little to do with YouTube. Now, I got nothing but respect for all those mentioned creators, and I'm sure there's several more that come up with valid points that I haven't come across yet. Now, what I would recommend anyone when you start to get all worked up and motivated, or concerned about a particular political movement or circumstance or situation that tends to involve your wallet in some way, step back and look at the situation logically to see where your money is going to go and what your money's going to do. How much that investment is actually going to help you. As for me, I'm going to ride this storm out. I'm not going anywhere. The fact that people are even willing to hear what I have to say and comment for me, that's huge. There is no way for me to express the level of appreciation I have for that, and the thought that anyone would go beyond it is just astounding. I wouldn't even know what to say. Hearing all of you and getting to share stories with you and your experiences, that's why I do this. It's why I'm here, and that's not going to change. In the meantime, I would recommend becoming less dependent on YouTube. Check out Dailymotion, check out Minds.com. I just opened up a VidMe today. Haven't had a chance to upload anything to it yet, but I will soon. Go look at other media out there. It will give you more power in the end to leverage what you actually want to see out of the people that may be wanting to remove your ability to see certain subjects. Now, I don't want this topic to take the place of my normal content, so I plan to have another video out before the end of the day. In the meantime, I want to hear what you have to say. Do you think this whole Google drama is going to be a problem? Do you think it's going to blow over? Have I missed something? Let me know down below, and if you want to hear more on subjects like this and others, like and subscribe. Okay, so incidentally, as I was making this video about YouTube and people on YouTube, I hit 1,000 subscribers. And as far as arbitrary numbers are concerned, that's pretty awesome. You guys are the greatest. I don't even know what to say. Never expected that there would be that many people that would actually want to hear what I have to say. Guy working out of his apartment with a microphone and a dream. Who'd have figured? So, thank you. Thank you so much.